Have you ever stopped to think about the world around you? I mean, really think about it. Everything you see, like right now, the tree outside your window, the device you're watching this on, it all fits into one of two huge categories. There's the world that grew and the world that was built. And today, we're going to dig into the massive difference between the two, the natural versus the artificial.
Okay, so let's kick things off with a little riddle. What does your body, this incredible, complex, biological machine, have in common with the computer or phone in your hands? You might think, well, they both process information, they both need energy, and you'd be right. But underneath all those similarities, there is one giant, game-changing difference. And it's this simple. One was born, the other was built. Think about that. One evolved over millions, even billions of years. The other was dreamed up in a lab and rolled off an assembly line. And that one simple idea, born versus built, is what splits our entire reality in two. All right, so first up, let's dive into the original blueprint. We're talking about the ancient, self-running systems that were here long, long before we were. We're talking about the blueprint of nature. So what is a natural system? Well, it's pretty much what it says on the tin. A system that just happens in nature, without us meddling. But here's the part you really got to grab onto. It's highly intricate and interdependent. And that is so important. Because in nature, nothing, and I mean nothing, exists in a vacuum. Every single piece is connected to every other piece in this giant, complex, and usually invisible web. And the crazy thing is, you're literally surrounded by them. You're in one right now. A forest, for example, isn't just a bunch of trees, right? No way. It's this beautiful symphony of soil, bugs, animals, mushrooms, all working together. A river is this powerful, dynamic force, literally carving up the landscape. And then there's the human body, maybe the most mind-blowing natural system we can ever truly experience. See, natural systems play a totally different ballgame. Their rulebook? It's the unchangeable laws of physics and biology. You can't argue with gravity. Their power source, the sun, the flow of water, totally natural. And adaptation? They handle that themselves, thank you very much, through the slow, steady grind of evolution. And here's a big one. Their purpose has nothing to do with us. It's all about keeping life going and keeping the whole planet in balance. Okay, now let's flip the coin. Let's talk about the world we made, the systems designed by human hands. An artificial system, well, that's our baby. It's something we designed and we built. And the difference just hits you right away. Remember how nature was highly intricate? Our stuff is structured and simpler. And isn't that a wild thought? That even our most powerful, most complex supercomputer is in a very real way simpler than one single living cell. Just think about your day-to-day life. Computers, cars, factories, the power grid that's literally making this screen light up right now. It's all artificial. These are the tools we've built to kind of bend the world to our will, to stretch our own abilities. We use them to talk to someone on the other side of the planet, or to move faster than any animal on Earth.
And the signs of an engineered world are super clear. They run on rules that we write, think of software code. They don't just soak up the sun. Nope, they need a plug in the wall or gas in the tank. And what happens when they need to change or adapt? They just sit there. They need us to install an update or redesign a part or fix some bug. Which leads to the most important point. Their purpose is whatever we decide it is, period.
Okay, so we've got our two players defined, natural and artificial. Now, let's put them in the ring, head to head, because this is where things get really interesting, and the differences just pop. First up, the speed of change. A natural system, it evolves over thousands, millions of years. It's this slow, patient, hands-off process. An artificial system? We went from the world's first massive computer to a supercomputer in your pocket in like 70 years? The speed of our innovation is just insane. What about the rules they follow? Well, natural systems have to obey the unbreakable laws of the universe. Gravity's not a suggestion. But artificial systems, they follow the rules we made up. And the beautiful or maybe scary thing about rules we write is we can rewrite them. We can change the code, scrap the design, or just pull the plug. In this one might be the biggest deal of all. Sustainability. A forest can just keep going for thousands of years on its own. Our artificial world? It's pretty fragile, actually. It's totally dependent on us for constant repairs, a constant stream of energy, and a constant supply of resources. You take us out of the equation, the whole thing just stops. So let's just lay it all out, side by side. Look at the origin. One just occurs naturally, the other is designed by us. Energy, natural sources versus artificial. Adaptation, one evolves all on its own, the other needs us to update it. And lifespan, sustainable versus totally dependent on maintenance. Man, when you see it like that, the divide is just crystal clear, isn't it?
But, and this is where it gets really cool, these two worlds aren't totally separate. They're not in different dimensions. They are colliding and interacting all the time. So, to finish up, let's look at that spot where these two worlds meet.
And this is the thought that kind of breaks your brain a little bit. Every single one of us, you, me, we are natural systems. We are the result of billions of years of evolution. And what do? We spend our entire lives building and using artificial systems to change the very natural world that made us. We're the bridge. We're the connection between the two.
Which brings us to one last huge question to leave you with. Our technology, our artificial systems, with things like AI, they're starting to learn and adapt all by themselves. So where's the line? At what point do we stop being the designers? Are we accidentally, or maybe intentionally,